Booyah! I am live. Y'all know what I was doing, right? I was trying to send all this stuff to my other pages. So I'm going to share this last page real quick, and then we're going to get to yapping. My check-in. How y'all doing? Let me go live on Instagreezy for Sheezy, my kneesy. Hey. Hello. I don't even know what I'm supposed to be sharing it to. There we go. Just going to post that. Hey. How y'all doing? All right. Woo! So it has been a minute. It's been a while since I went live and shared anything with y'all. It's been a while since I could call you. Okay. So I just really wanted to come live today to do a check-in. I wanted to say hi. I know many of y'all knew that I had been in the emergency room. I just wanted to share some funny stories, just talk. It's been a minute. And then someone posted on their Facebook today, and I saw this question, and I hope I remember to get to it. But the question was, what would you do if somebody told you were a has-been? And I kind of want to talk about that too, right? Because first of all, how dare anybody? But anyway, we're going to get to that. How y'all doing? Oh my gosh. How was y'all holiday? How was y'all holiday yesterday and then today? Because today was observed for the holiday. And so many of you had today off. If you would have had to work, you had today off. So you got to eat some leftovers and, feel great that you feel that you're free, right? I want to be free. Be free, right? Hey, so check in, talk about resilience, stay in the course. And what would you do if somebody told you were a has-been? I saw that question and I was like, that is a deep question. And people were answering it based on, I guess, philosophical things. But then the person who posted it kept saying, but how would it make you feel immediately? And I never got to whether or not they had been asked that question or maybe they were thinking about somebody else. I can tell you, and I will say this before we get into it, I came up in the coaching realm on the internet about in 2009 when the housing market dropped. And a lot of the people that I was out there with, they kept going, right? I kept finding detours doing other things, but they kept going. A lot of them are millionaires now. And some of them, they consider my name, to be, trash or whatever, because they kept going and I didn't. But let me tell you, the knowledge is not gone. The things that they set in my sessions for to get is still there. I just had other things to do. And it doesn't mean you're a has-been, but we're going to get to that. Because that's a juicy topic. But let me talk about this emergency room thing real quick and how I was sick. And then I'm going to get to the definition of resilience, because y'all can't see it up there, but Instagram can. But I got my little dictionaries with me today. I'm ready to go in. Y'all ready to go in? Mm-hmm. If you're watching live, say hey, so I know you're there. If you are on, look on Restream. Hey David, yes, I am live and I am well, thank you. And Candace said, what's the question again? So the question that I saw on somebody else's Facebook page today said, what would you do if somebody told you were a has-been? Yeah. And I've been ruminating over that all day. Not because I'm worried somebody's telling me I'm a has-been. If anybody knows my personality, middle fingers up. Screw you. Who do you think you are to tell somebody that? But I was thinking about it on the other side as well, from the teaching perspective. And there's so much to that, right? That is a juicy question. Somebody said you're a has-been. What? So, and I know that there are a lot of people who I came up in this coaching business with who are now millionaires who probably consider me a has-been because I took detours and did different things. But again, like I was saying a little while ago, it does not remove or erase the knowledge that I have that many of them set in my sessions to get. Okay. So anyway, so let me, David said I'm alive and well. So let me just say really quickly. So about 2.5 weeks ago, I had a horrible allergic reaction. So I grew up living in a hospital, basically. I was always sick. several times, I almost died when I was younger. And I used to have birthday parties in the hospital. Like, I'm one of those people. If I walk in the hospital to visit you and I smell the food cart, I get hungry because I love hospital food. But I grew up on it, right? That's where I lived in the hospital. So I love hospital food. And it was always asthma, but what we found out later was that it was allergy induced asthma. So as an adult, as a young adult and then an adult, I kind of learned how to manage it. But it's kind of like when you have allergies and asthma and we think we're managing it, it's kind of akin to a wild animal. It's like when you look at Siegfried and Roy, and one of them was attacked by the tiger, and people were saying, oh, he trained those tigers all those years. How did that happen? And it's like, you never control a wild animal. They let you think they're being controlled. They let you think that, uh-oh, I can't see it. Girl, keep living without an apology. You have so much fun with life. I enjoy watching you. Thank you. I enjoy, girl, wait, hold on. I hope I ain't just block you. I really don't know what I'm doing right now because it won't pull up the message. But I'm gonna hit hide. Okay, there we go. Okay. So anyway, but a wild animal only lets you think that you're controlling him. You're not really controlling a wild animal, right? And so he's trying to get something from you, and once he learns how to control that situation, he's going to be he or she is going to be who and what they were commanded to be, right? And so that's the same with your allergies. That's the same when you are sick, and when you don't really pay attention to everything. And I'm one of those people, I pay attention to everything. Like, people could tell you, they'll be like, Tanoa's allergic to everything. I know what I'm allergic to. Because I'm allergic to everything though, I still have to, okay, I got a plant in here, y'all, and this is a little bug, but I still have to eat, right? So, but I have to pay attention. I have to pay attention to what's happening in my body. I know when I feel certain things, and every now and then. So 5 years ago, I literally almost died. And so I was in the hospital, and that's when they were like, stop playing, get it together. So anyway, a few weeks ago, I had a horrible allergic reaction, and no matter how much medicine I took, it wouldn't go away. And it triggered my asthma. Now I have not had an asthma attack in 35 years. I haven't used an inhaler in 32 to 35 years. And it got to the point where I couldn't breathe. I was not breathing. And the night before I went to the emergency room, I remember laying in the bed. It was like 2:00 in the morning. I was trying to go to sleep, and I laid down and I heard a voice in my head. And I don't know about y'all, but I listen to my voices, right? Hey, Walter Sims. But I listen to my voices, right? And a voice in my head said, you don't have enough breath to wake up in the morning. And I was like, what? I popped up like, ooh, what happened? What happened? Now you would think any smart human being, especially one with, as many freaking degrees as I have, would have said, take your butt to the emergency room. Y'all see my bruise. That's me bruising for them trying to give me the IVs. But anyway, so you would think that I would have said, go to the emergency room right now. I didn't do that. I just took more medicine. And the next day I really couldn't breathe. Like, the next day it was ridiculous. And I said to my daughter, I think I'm gonna go to urgent care. And she was like, ooh, Mom, you may need to go see a doctor. Like, don't sit in urgent care. So that's what made me go to the emergency room. And I got there. I jumped the line. I think within 20 minutes of being there, I had talked to the doctor, had so many tests. They were trying to do IV. They had me hooked up to because I was always sick in the hospital, my veins in my arms are no good. Like, don't even try. You could try to get blood. You can't get blood from a turnip. You can't get blood from this turnip or this turnip, right? So they have to use my arm or my ankle area to do IVs. And so but I had like IV. She had a machine looking for my veins. I was like, they're not there. Don't look there. So, thankfully I finally went and I got it under control. But I know so many people have been asking, how are you? I think today is the first day that I think I'm close to 100% breath. Like, I'm able to talk to y'all. Like, in a little while, I may start talking and having to stop every 5 seconds. I feel like I was a smoker all my life. I've never smoked. I can't. I'm allergic to the smoke. I couldn't breathe. If you smoke around me, I'm running out the door, right? And so I'm getting there. I've been using my inhaler. Today I used it because I couldn't breathe and I got nauseous and sick and really high. So I think I'm done with the inhaler. I think my body is like, we got it. We don't need that no more. Walter, I had you worried. Yeah, shoot, I had me worried. Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. I can't even, I don't even want to try to compare it to 5 years ago. Either way, it was bad. And that doctor even said the same thing. They kept saying, what took you so long? Because they could see it. I was in distress. Like, I was in distress. The voice in my head was probably right. I did not have enough breath in my body to live, and I'm so glad that I went and I got some help, and they hooked me up to that nebulizer with all that albuterol, which I've been trying to run from for 30 years. I don't want that inhaler. I was sucking up that albuterol and that nebulizer. I was like, oh my God, this feels yummy. Like, this is what breathing feels like. I forgot, because for 2 weeks I was in distress. Like, for 2 weeks. I couldn't breathe for 2 weeks. I should have been there. But again, having grown up in the hospital, I kind of know what that is. And so that's what led me to today. I was like, I'm going to do a check-in. But what we need to talk about is the resilience that we all either have or are supposed to have to be able to push forward, live our dreams, and fulfill our goals, right? So yeah, it's like your body is this wild animal, and you can think that you're controlling it. You can think that because you're exercising and because you're eating right and because you're taking your meds that you have everything under control. But this is a beast happening on the inside of us, and we have to be vigilant, and we have to pay attention, especially to those triggers that we have had over and over and over again. And it's funny because doctors always say to me, you pay so much attention. And I'm like, I have to. One nurse, when I was leaving, the nurse was like, poor baby, you can't eat. Like, she looked at my allergy chart because I went to the VA. And so I go to the VA for, my doctor. And so all of my stuff is there. And my allergy chart reads like a little book. Like, it's like, turn the page. Ooh, that's that novel. Turn the page. Oh, so she was like, you poor thing, you can't eat nothing. Right. So yeah, Walter said the body is a well-oiled machine. It is, and it knows what it needs and what it wants. And sometimes we get in the way, and sometimes doctors get in the way. They start prescribing stuff. I have so many prescriptions, and I take none of them. Right. I take my allergy pills because I have to, but other things, I don't want all that. I've been pumped up with medicine since I was 1, right, to live. So I don't want that stuff unless I really, really need it. And I really, really needed it recently. And so, but when we are looking at life and moving through life and walking through life and being who we're intended to be, there's a resiliency that we need to have. There's a resiliency that our bodies need to have. And our body is its own system that is resilient on its own. It doesn't need us to get in the way. But what we need is to find that resilience here and here, like in the mind and in the heart, so that we can move ourselves forward, so that we could be everything we're intended to be, and that we don't allow the setbacks in life to just like knock us down until we are no more good. Y'all remember that phrase? You ain't no more good. So what I'm gonna do is let me turn it down, make sure my phone is turned down, because I like to be able to see Facebook on here too, because sometimes I'll miss some comments on there. Okay, but yeah, so let me, I got my dictionaries, y'all. Let's do these definitions and get into it. Cause I love for people to start at the same place. We can all say, let's talk about staying the course, and people are going to come at it from different directions. But for this little short time that we're together, let's all come at it from the same direction. So let's see what the good book said. Well, the other good book, not that good book. Okay. So resilience. Yeah, I can't see anymore. Resilience. I just looked it up. RESILL. Oh, Jesus. Okay, well. Oh, here it is. Hey, okay. Resilience. The ability to recover quickly from illness, change, or misfortune. To have a buoyancy. You see boats in the water? They have to have a buoyancy, right? Because when those tides shift, they have to be able to stay afloat in all that change in water. We have to be like a boat. We have to be like a ship, 2 ships passing in the night. We have to be like a ship. We have to be able to recover when those waves come crashing at us, right? We have to be able to recover quickly when we have an illness or when some change happens in our life. And so, think about it. When you're having your worst day and it feels like things are falling apart, just start bouncing. People say, y'all hear my chair? People say to me all the time, it's like, oh my gosh, you're always just so much energy. And I get that. I'm usually too much for most people, right? I meet people and they be like, ooh, child, that girl, we don't know if we could do her 2 days in a row. That's okay. You ain't got to do me 2 days in a row. Peace, right? Like, I'm not going to change because I learned from the age of 1. Life was trying to take me out of here when I was a little kid. Right. So I had to learn how to be resilient. I had to learn how to live life in a different mindset than most people. And that's what it is. You have to be able to recover quickly from illness and from change. I remember right after I got sick, people were like, oh, well, when I got home, they were like, well, they were calling and acting like I was infirmed. I couldn't breathe. And so I was listening to them. I really couldn't talk that much. But in my head, I was like, I'm home now. It's over. People like rest and recover. And I'm like, what do you mean? I'm home. I made it. Like, what do you mean rest and recover? Because in my head, I bounced back already. I made it home. When they let me go from the hospital, I knew that I was on the road to recovery. And so I didn't want to hold on to that. I didn't want to hold on. I don't want to hold on to the sickness. I don't want to adopt the stance that you have to be infirm. Think about that for a minute, right? Think about that. When you are infirmed, sick, down and out, you have to carry that a certain way, right? I have to castrate myself to that illness in order to be on the level of what it is. Why would I want to castrate myself? See, I can't even breathe. To an illness. Why would I want to be on the low level of a sickness? Why do I want to hold on to that? When people say, how you doing? You should always profess what it is you want to be. How it is you want to feel. Because once you say, I don't even want to say it, I'm SICK, or I don't FEELGOOD, then your mind hears that and it will immediately adopt. See, I'm feeling it because I know how to spell. I know how to spell. So my mind is like, feel good. Oh, you don't feel good? Right. So, but when you say that, every system in your body, starting with your mind hears that and it starts to project what it is you should feel like. Like if you're watching right now, if you don't believe me, let's do this. Do this with me real quick. Do this with me real quick. Frown. Just frown. Just frown. Frown. Just frown. Don't smile because now I'm smiling. Hold on. Frown. Just frown. And now pay attention to your body as you're frowning. What's happening to the energy in your body? As you're frowning, the energy in your body is probably going lower. Now, if you frown laughing, then it's probably confused, right? But if you just frown, then the energy is going to go lower. Now, change it. I don't like to leave people with negative energy. Smile. Just smile. Or just clap. Clap like you're at a sporting event and smile. And what happens to the energy in your body? It starts to get higher. Did we do or say anything for the energy to change? No. But it knows what it's supposed to do based on what you've done, because all of this is a life rehearsed. So I don't want to say those words, right? Happy. Let's be happy. I don't want to say those words, and I don't want to castrate myself to a situation or an illness. Now, I will tell you I went to the emergency room, not for your sympathy. Please don't ever tell me that you sympathize, like, oh, I feel sorry for you. Those are fighting words. I don't need your sympathy. But we can have a conversation about it, and I will have a conversation about it. And it cracks me up because some people, they want to have conversations about their life, but the minute you start on yours, they're like, oh, she always complaining, blah, blah, blah. No, it's just life. I'm just telling you what happened. But I don't need your pity. Y'all remember, if y'all remember, Walter probably remembers. I don't like that word pity. I don't like pity. Who do you think you are to pity me? Who do you think you are to feel sorry for somebody? I feel sorry for you. No, we all playing this life on the same level. I don't care where you are in life. I don't care what pieces you've put on the chessboard of life and where life has found you. I don't care if you're a millionaire, billionaire, quadrillionaire. We are all playing life on the same level. You don't ever need to pity anybody. That is the worst energy you can have, because life is a reflection and a mirror. The minute you tell somebody you pity them, really you're looking for those things in your life that don't meet up and don't match up. So we're not trying to pity people. We're not trying to pity people. Well, I feel sorry for you, girl. Girl, bye. Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Okay, so when I read the definition earlier, y'all know I have my two dictionaries. So the first one was the APA dictionary, the American Heritage Dictionary. This one is the APA Dictionary of Psychology. So resilience. The process and outcome of successfully adapting to difficult or challenging life experiences. It goes on, but I'm going to stop right there and say it again. The process and outcome of successfully adapting to difficult or challenging life experience. So I have this analogy for the word adapt. I've written so many books, I haven't published them all. That's so crazy. You would think, why, girl, why? But I have, I use the word adapt as an analogy. And one of the reasons why is because, again, the key to life is being able to adapt. The key to life is having that buoyancy, right? Being like those ships in the water. Like if you can adapt to your situations, it's not trying to change. What we usually do is we're trying to change everything. You don't always have to change things. You just have to adapt to it, because you can adapt quickly. And when you adapt to something, now you can outrun it. Once I adapt to it, I get on this wavelength, I learn it, I understand it, I can move around it. Adaptability, right? Well, I have to adapt first. Once I've adapted to life, now I can try to move forward. But if something comes up that you don't like and you immediately try to change it, you haven't taken the time to see what it is yet. You haven't taken the time yet to ask it one of my favorite questions. What are you here to teach me? What are you trying to get me to know? That'll learn you. What are you trying to learn me? Right? What information do you possess that I need to know in order to move to the next level? Because if I move to the next level without this information, then I may not sustain that level. It's like a video game. I got to collect enough coins, right? I got to know that I've outrun enough enemies on this level. Because if I didn't outrun the devils on this level, y'all know I like to rhyme. If I didn't outrun the devils on this level, then I'm going to get to that next level and I'm not going to have the skills, or I'm not going to know that I have the skills. Sometimes it's about knowing that you have the skill, not about always using it. I'm one of the nicest people in the world. I will tell you that, and I will mean it with everything in me. I am one of the nicest people in the world. But I grew up in the projects of Chicago. I grew up with boy cousins who could fight, who made me fight. I hate to fight. I never really even fought back. I would get in more trouble for not fighting back. It's not because I couldn't. I just think fighting is the lowest form of communication. So I don't want to fight. Yes, Walter, thank you. I am one of the nicest people. See, now I have proof. I got somebody that backed it up. What? Bam. So now it's true. It's for real true. But then I also went to the military. So sometimes it's just the knowledge that I have all of those skills. I don't even have to use them, right? But knowing that I've survived things that most people could never survive, that's what allows me to adapt in life. So when I'm walking through life and life sends its curves, I know I have skills. I have tools in my toolbox and skills that I could use to get me past and to get me through and to move me forward. What do you have? Like what skills do you have that allows you to adapt to life? Not outrun it, not try to change it immediately, but sit back for a minute and say, woo, this came up twice, or this came up 3 times, or this keeps coming up. What do I need to learn from it? Because until I learn what I need to learn, it's always going to present itself. That's how you become adaptable, by learning what you need to learn and then moving yourself to the next level. I have now graduated to the next level. Don't mean I can't come down to this level every now and then, but I have graduated and I know what it's like to now be on a higher level. And that's what I'm always going to seek, which is why I try not to use negative words. Every now and then I'll find myself in a negative Nancy moment. And it's like, girl, who was that? Who took over your body? But most people would tell you, I try really hard to stay in that. What do I need to learn from this moment? And I will out-talk it. I will talk it. Not because I'm trying to talk negatively or I'm trying to talk about people, but I'm talking because I'm trying to hear it. I'm like, what am I missing? What am I missing? And then when I get it, it's like, woo, got it. So anyway, Resilience, adapting to difficult or changing life experiences, especially through mental, emotional, and behavioral flexibility. How flexible are you? People go to yoga to get flexible, right? You see these gymnasts at the Olympics. How flexible are they? That's how flexible your mind needs to be. Your mind needs to be Simone Biles. When people ask you how you doing, your mind should be flipping and creating new flips. You should be able to wear what she did when she went to the trials and she had a goat on her shoulder. I'm the goat. My name on Instagram is Tnorbon_mindset mogul. I am the goat here. Again, I may not have made millions, but you can't touch me with what I know. You can't touch me with how I process. You can't touch me with how I help people. Right? You said that too, Walter, with Simone Biles. You need to be the Simone Biles in your mind. Your mindset is the Simone. Everybody should change their Instagram names to Walter Sims _ Simone Biles. And people are like, what does that mean? It means that I am super flexible and life cannot stop me. Bam. Right? So I think I'm live on Instagram. I really don't know. So, okay. But it's having that mental, emotional, and behavioral flexibility so that life can't take you out and so that it doesn't break you. It's a difference in me bending my back and being able to bounce back up, and then me bending my back and not being able to bounce back up and getting stuck. And it's discs back there that are like, girl, what are you doing? We don't do this no more. What are you doing? Get your life together. Your life needs to be flexible enough that you could just move. It's like, I remember Richard Branson years ago, I remember reading something that he wrote, and he said, your life should be so flexible that you always say yes. Any opportunity that comes to you, you should be looking for a reason to say yes and not no. That even means if somebody came to you right now and said, I have a job opportunity for you, you could make $1 million a month. It's legal. All legal, is using the experience and knowledge that you have, but you need to move out of the country tomorrow. Most of us would immediately stop and say, I don't want to move. I can't move tomorrow. I got stuff to pack. I got kids. I got this. We look for the reasons to say no. But if your life is flexible, healthy, healed, and you're whole in your mind, you should be looking for ways to say yes. How can I make this work? How can I make this opportunity be what I need it to be? How can I make myself be what the opportunity needs me to be? Right? Let's go. How can I get there? How can I be, again, buoyant? You know, I'm the waves can't crash me. I'm bouncing with the waves. When the waves of life come against me, I steer my boat to say, we are the water. You know, Bruce Lee, one of my favorite people, living or dead, period, point blank and period. I've loved Bruce Lee since a kid. Bruce Lee said, you have to be the water. You have to be the water. I'm going to show this one. Walter said, there are too many POOR folks passing over opportunities regularly. I was one of them. I've been whoop, 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 whoop. I don't know if I can do that because I got a kid. I don't know if I can do that because I have a daughter. I don't know if I can do that because I have this. I don't know if I can travel because I have this. I don't know if I can do that because I was content. Look at me. This is not my mouse. I was content. And that's a bad thing to be, content where you are. Never be content. And I was feeding people what they needed to go out and make it in the world. But that's usually what happens at a university, right? I was in teacher mode. I was in professor mode. I'm going to give you all the tools that you need to get there. Doesn't mean I don't have them. I'm just not using them. But I know I have them because I just gave them to you. You know, you got people that go to college, pay all that money. The professor sitting in there with all that knowledge and information and still only making a professor's salary, which in most cases is not a lot of money. But professors are making millionaires. They're giving people the information that they need to go out and do the damn thing. And that's kind of where I was. Teach, teacher, sitting here. I used to do this every Tuesday, 2 for Tuesdays. I would do it twice a day for about an hour and a half each, just spitting information. And here's what I know. So y'all know I used to go by the audacity expert because I believe you are supposed to possess a shameless boldness and an arrogant disregard for what others may believe is possible for your life. It doesn't matter what you think I can and can't do. That has nothing to do with it. The only person that it matters what I can do, like the only person that matters to say what I can and can't do is me, and this is here. And so as the audacity expert, I don't go around thinking about what other people are thinking about me, right? I go around thinking about what I think about. And I usually have enough energy on the inside of me to be able to let people know, right? Yeah, Walter said our Blog Talk Radio days, right? Because I came out in 2009 as the audacity expert. And that's what led a lot of people to me. And I just spit information. And so I can just sit here and say, as the queen of audacity, I can sit here and say that there are very few people in this world who have the energy that I have, the information and knowledge that I have, and the delivery that I have, and can put it together the way that I can put it together. The only thing is I'm not a business person. So when it comes to like sitting down and having to do this business stuff, that's what has stopped me. And I don't have a team. You got a lot of people who, and I'm gonna go back to them, what I saw on somebody's Facebook, and then we're gonna wrap up about what if somebody called you a has-been, right? But there are a lot of people out there who have these teams. They're not doing it on their own. And then they'll tell you to go grind and go get it and go, you ain't working hard enough. It's like you got 15 people working with you. So we have to be fair in the information that we share with people and not put more on people to make them feel less than. If you have 15 people and that person has one people, them, they can't grind the way you're grinding. Yeah, they can get up and do some stuff. That's not saying that they're infirmed in any way, but it's not going to be on the same level, right? You need a team. Teamwork makes the dream work. You need a team. So are you showing people how to get the team? Or are you just downing people because they're not on your level? Because just because I'm not putting out the same output doesn't mean I don't have the same input. And so I used to get mad at God, y'all. I used to get mad at God. Where my team? Where my people? I need somebody to show me how to market. I need somebody to show me how to blah, blah, blah. And I was like, that's okay. I can do what I can do, which is this. I can teach. I can preach. I can talk. I can speak. I mean, I do it on a big level. Like I said, I have a whole bunch of books done. They just need to be edited, but they're not all published. And get this, I own a for real publishing company. Every book that's published through my publishing company makes it into the National Library of Congress in DC, and not every book makes it to the Library of Congress. I have that. And my book's in my computer. Get your life together, girl. Get your life together. But I'm not gonna be down on myself about it. Because if I castrate myself to that level of thinking, then I'm not going to be good for what I need to be good for. Walter said, you are a superhero. Thank you. That's my goal in life, to be a superhero. I want superpowers. I know I have them. I just don't know what they are. I don't know how to use them. I don't know if I want stuff to shoot out like Wonder Woman, but I want superpowers. But anyway, so after all of that, after the resiliency talk and, oh, I remember this. Okay, one more. It says, a number of factors contribute to how well people adapt to adversities. Predominant among them, the ways in which individuals view and engage in the world. How you see the world and yourself in it will determine how you conquer things in life. How you see the world and yourself in it will determine how you speak to other people. You can tell people who don't see themselves in a really high place in the world by how they come for you. You going to school, you trying to get a degree, girl. Ain't nobody around here got no degree. What you trying to be better than everybody? Hey, Coop, you trying to be better than everybody? What you doing? That, blah, 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 right? You got to see how you see yourself in the world. I'm one of those people, because I see a place for everybody in the world, I will pull everybody up with me. People may say, oh, I don't know if I could do that. I don't know if I see myself there. And I'm the person that's like, yeah, you can, because, and I will list all the things about them that make them strong enough to do what they just said they couldn't do. That's my superpower. Thank you, Sims. Yep, you're right. I am a superhero because that's my superpower. And maybe that's why I ain't made it really, really super big yet. Y-E-T, yet. Let's go. Because I would miss that. I don't have a team. And maybe I'm not supposed to yet. Because I'm still supposed to reach the people that I'm supposed to reach. So when I read today on, I'm not gonna say her name. I know whose post it was, but when I read on her post, and it's actually someone who went through my coaching certification course years ago, but she won't admit it publicly now because I'm not doing the things that a lot of them are doing, and so I guess she considers me a has-been. I don't know, but the question was, what would you do if somebody considered you a has-been? What would you do if somebody called you a has-been? And when I read that, I was like, first of all, and I said this earlier, first of all, what right does anybody have to call anybody a has-been, right? Like, what right do you have to look at somebody and say, you used to be hot, but you're not there no more? So instead of if you have the audacity, yeah, that's my word, to call somebody a has-been, what are you doing to unhas-been them? It's not for us to look at other people and create the standard that they're supposed to live to or at, right? It's not for us to say, you're not on my level, so you can't play my game. I don't want to talk to you because you're not on my level. I personally believe, and I remember I got this download one day that, and I want y'all to hear this. If y'all listening in the replay, please type replay and let me know you're listening. But I want y'all to really, if nothing else, hear and understand this concept. We as human beings love to look at where people are and place them on a high horse and say that that person is living life at this level, and that means that they are a superstar or famous or whatever, right? And then we don't talk to them the same because they've reached a certain level. So we think that they are better than us or different than us, right? This is what I got the download of. People who are placed at higher levels, they're not placed there for us to worship. They're placed there so that they could pull people up. They're placed there so that they could give people the tools that they need to rise as well. But we fall out of alignment with what the vision is really supposed to be. It's like if we were both stuck in quicksand, or if you're stuck in quicksand, if I'm higher, then I have the leverage to pull you out of quicksand. Because quicksand is a type of element that if you start moving in quicksand, you get stuck. Or it's not a word, but you do. You get more stuck. You get stucker, right? So if I'm in quicksand, I need somebody who can pull me up. So many people have made it to the up. And instead of pulling people up, they want people to sustain them where they are. It's so many people in this world who do self-help coaching, psychology, all of those things. And they are constantly putting out content. Churches are constantly asking you for money. But when you need the help, they're not there to pull you up. And that's the purpose. They have leverage. The purpose of leverage is to use it to be able to get something unstuck. Y'all didn't hear that, did you? The purpose of leverage and being higher is to be able to get somebody unstuck, to be able to move somebody to a different level. And yes, entertainers do it sometimes with singing and performing, because I can watch and I can dance, right? I can get it in and I can get the energy that I need to move myself up. But it's not for me to be like, woo, yes, oh yeah, that person, yeah, they up there. Can't nobody sing like them. Can't nobody dance like them. Can't nobody coach like them. Can't nobody. Everybody can. Who's in that lane? Whatever your purpose is, whatever God purposed you for, whatever your name is in this earth. I love to say that purpose is the name in which we are called in our spirit. So the universe does not call me to Noah. The universe calls me coach, teacher, Those are the names that I hear. If I'm walking down the street and somebody say, "Hey, coach," I'm turning around. They talking to you, talking to me. Oh, you not? You have to tell me you're not talking to me. I'm answering to everything that fits. Everything that fit. You say it and it fit. Hey, girl, hey, that's me. Because that's purpose. Purpose is the name of your spirit. It has nothing to do with the name that you are called. You are seed. Oh my gosh, they tried to bury you. They didn't know you were seed. You are planted in this earth. And you are supposed to grow. I'm glad you put that, Sims, because let me say this. People think a lot of times when life seems to be falling apart that they're not going anywhere, they're not growing. But you're always growing. Because think about it, if you plant seed in the ground, it doesn't shoot up first. If you plant, my favorite story is of the California redwood tree. The California redwood tree, it also has an S name. The sycamore? I'm gonna keep saying California redwood because I can't think of the S name and I'm gonna get it wrong. But the California redwood tree, they are not only the tallest trees, they're the biggest trees ever. But they also have the most shallow root system. So it's like a strong gust of wind can knock them all down. Like you blow hard enough, and that California redwood can blow, right? But it's the tallest, biggest tree out there. So it's going devastation. But here's what I love about the California redwood tree. First of all, when it starts to grow, it doesn't grow up first. You know, like most, well, not that one. Let me start over. Oak tree. Let's use an oak tree. When the oak tree starts to grow, because it's so big and because it's a singular tree, when it starts to grow, it doesn't grow up first. It actually grows down first. It creates a root system, and its roots are very, very deep because it has to have roots in order to be able to sustain itself, right? So when you're looking at your life and you're thinking to yourself, oh my gosh, my life is falling apart. And I'm gonna get back to the California redwood. I did not forget. When you think your life is falling apart, sometimes you're getting roots so that when this change happens, you can sustain it. It's like, remember, going to the next level. What we were talking about earlier, remember, we were talking about you have to be able to conquer this level to make it to the next one. Sometimes conquering the level, I need water. Yeah, I was in the hospital. Anyway. Okay. Sometimes conquering that level is getting the root system that you need to be able to sustain the next one. But here's what the California redwood knows. The California redwood knows that purpose-wise, it's going to be the biggest. It's going to be the tallest. You can't touch it. Leave it alone. Leave it be because it would knock you out, right? That it has that stuff. It has that ish. It has that, the what's that, the factor. What's the factor? It has the X factor. That's it. But because it doesn't have a deep root system, it does immediately shoot up. What it does is what we were talking about earlier, teamwork makes the dream work. It looks for its friends because they're usually grown in forests together. That's why when you go through certain forests in California, it's the California redwoods everywhere. But what they do is they seek each other. So because their roots are shallow, they seek other roots around them and they tangle in together. It's like when you grab somebody's arm and it's like, I got you, you know, and you hold on to them, you hold on tight. If they're trying to fall, you make sure that they don't fall. They have that trust factor with you. That's what the redwood does. The redwood finds other trees and they link their roots together. So if one falls, all of them falling, but because they have rooted together, none of them are falling. So they make sure they can't fall. So that's what we need to do is like they've adapted to their surroundings. They're like, we're going to be as tall as we need to be. But how do we do that? How do we adapt? How do we become what we are intended to be? Oh, I know. We all need to do this together. There is no competition. Okay, you are, 15 feet 1 inch. Well, I'm 15 feet 2 inches. They're not doing all that. They're like, I'm gonna rap in with you. You rap in with me. Find your tribe. Find your people. Find your links. Find the people who are going to throw you the line and give you the leverage and pull you up. Stop looking at other people as being bigger, better, stronger, bolder, more than you. And look at them for what they are. They're leverage to get you to the next level. That's it. not to be worshiped, not to just only buy their books. Are you only feeding into somebody else's vision and you're not getting your own met? No. Stop. Time to be resilient in your own life. Look at those waves coming against you so that you don't keep crashing. And when people look at you and say you're a has-been, or when people look at you and say, well, you're not living your dreams according to what they think, don't let that get you down. If anything, if it touches you, then you take the information. Remember, the question is always it's not looking at life thinking that life is trying to destroy you, but it's looking at the devastation coming in saying, what are you here to teach me? What do I need to learn? How do I need to process and move forward so that I could take this information to the next level? Because at the next level, you can't touch me now. People say, Tanoa, you're so cocky. I'm not cocky. I just learned a lot from life. And you can't take me out with your dislike of me, with your, beliefs about me. Yeah, so what? You got $5 million. Woohoo. And believe it or not, I am super happy for you. I'm one of those people that would do everything I can to make sure you get 5 million more. But it doesn't mean you have to now talk down about people, and then look at them with your nose in the air like, well, they're not on my level. Why? Why am I not on your level? Were you supposed to do something to help me get there? So instead of talking negatively and down about somebody, what is it we're supposed to do to help somebody? Help move them to the next level. I don't know if Walter's still here, but he could tell you when we met on Blog Talk Radio, I spoke into his life and I was like, no, dude, yeah, you working the job, you're an engineer. I'm not saying quit your job, but I see the gift on the inside of you. What are you doing with it? Let's go. They tried to bury you. They didn't know you were seed. I am seed potential in this earth. You are seed potential in this earth. Every time you speak, you plant. Every time you move, you root. And if you're moving and you feel taller, but you feel like you're going to fall, find you some people to link in with. It used to be we could link in with people just to link in, just to help people get to the next level. And now it's, well, you want to link in, that's going to be $49.95, right? So everybody, yeah, you can have a conversation with me, but it's going to be $150. I just wanted to talk to somebody. Yeah, you got to pay for that. I ain't mad at your hustle or your game. Like, if people gonna pay you, pay you. Pay me, run me my money. I used to tell Walter, your fees too low. Raise your fees. Raise your fees. So anyway, I'm just looking down to make sure I didn't miss anything on Facebook. But yeah, that was it. So I just wanted to check in and say hi. It's been a minute. It's been a long minute since I've been live, since I came on and shared anything. And oh, I know what it was. It was a Facebook post. I was gonna make a post and the post got long. Then I said, well, I'm gonna make a video. I said, we're gonna make a video, go live, because I pay for this streaming app every month and I ain't been live in months, but they get my money every month. Like, that's like 4 card notes that I paid them and then used. Okay, so anyway, it's not that much. I exaggerate, but it's a lot. So I was like, oh, no, I'm just gonna go live, but I'm gonna tell y'all this funny story and then I'm gonna go. So today, so last week I had gone into my local HEB and I saw, about a month ago, they had this perch fish. So I'm from Chicago and we grew up on perch. We grew up on perch, especially, the high school we went to, we would go out to eat. We get a perch snack with some fries. We grew up on perch. And so the HEB, they had perch. And I said my local was two cities over, but it's really close, right? So it's my favorite one to go to. But they had perch. And then I didn't get it because it was previously frozen. And so I was like, okay, well, I'm going to come back when I'm ready to cook it, because I'm thinking, oh, they starting to carry perch. So I go back 2 days later and the guy was like, oh, no, we sold out that day, but we don't carry this. It just happened to come to our store. And I was like, oh. So I've been thinking about it, ruminating over it, mad at myself for, a month, 2 months, whenever I last posted about it. So I I went in last week and I talked to the manager of the seafood department. I was like, hey, I was here. Y'all had perch. He was like, we don't carry it. It just happened to come in. But if you want it, I could try to order you some. And I was like, I want it. He was like, are you sure? I said, yeah. He said, because if I order it and it come in, I can't hold it for you. I was like, when do I call you? When do I come? So he said, he was like, come Monday. Call us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That's when we get orders. I was like, okay. So sure enough, today I called and the girl was like, let me go check. She was like, yep, we got it. And I was like, really? She was like, yeah, it came in today, but we didn't put it out yet because we didn't have any room. So it's still all in the box in the back. I said, okay. She said, but if you don't come by 2:30, I'll be gone. But just ask them, tell them I said I'll put it here. I didn't remember where. So I go up there today. Poor guy. I was like, yeah. I said, y'all have perch in the back. He was like, no, ma'am. I was like, yeah. Y'all have perch in the back. He was like, no, we don't have any perch. We don't get perch. This store does not carry perch. I said, yeah, no. I called. I talked to somebody. I forgot her name. Talked to her. She said it was in the back. And he was like, okay, let me go check. So he goes to the back. He comes back. He was like, and I don't see no fish. He's walking, and I'm like, I don't see a box. I don't see nothing. So he's like, nope, no fish. And I was like, you do have it. Because I talked to her, Brenda, whatever her name was. I talked to her. She even told me, she read the box to me. She said, is this what you're looking for? Because this was previously frozen, blah, 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 or ocean or something. And I was like, yep, that's it. And she was like, okay, yeah, it's here. Just tell him it's in the back. He was like, we don't have it. I'm like, sir, you have it. He's like, okay, let me go check again. So he goes to check. He comes back. No box, no fish. I'm irritated, right? Because now I've been in here. I've been talking to you 20 minutes. I don't have no fish. So, nope, no fish. I'm like, sir, I promise you. She said, she put it on the shelf or something with an S. He was like, oh, the such and such. I said, yeah. He said, okay, I'll be right back. Let me go check. I said, okay. So he goes to the back. He goes to check. Comes back third time. Because I'm thinking third time's a charm, right? This is magic. I'm a magical being, right? I'm pulling all my unicorn powers. I'm sending him good energy. Bring me my fish. Run me my fish, right? Comes back. Out again. Now he walking slow, and he walking slow. So I'm irritated because I'm like, put some pep, like my military in it, right? I'm put some pep in your step, walk a little faster, walk like you sure, like go find my fish. He comes back, he was like, I'm sorry, we just don't have it. I'm like, you do have it, I promise. I talked to her. Like when he was like, well, what was her name? What did it start with? Like, and I was, and he said, what's her name? And I said, I don't know, start with a B or something. So he named her, and I was like, that's her. And he was like, okay. I said, sir, I promise y'all have the fish. I talked to her today. He's like, you talked to her today? I said, today. He was like, I didn't look 3 times and I don't see it. And I'm like, but I know this is what she said. And he was like, yeah, that's what the label was saying. I was like, that's what she read to me. And he was like, okay, let me call my manager. No. He said, was it frozen? I was like, I don't know what they ordered, sir. I don't know. I just know she's found the fish. So he said, well, let me go to the freezer. I said, okay, go to the freezer. Now it's 4 times. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So he goes to the freezer. He comes out the freezer, y'all. No box, no fish. I'm like, come on. Can I come back here and look? Like, let me come look. I'm gonna find this. I'm finding the fish. Like, they ordered me the fish. Give me my fish. Stop playing with me. So he was like, well, maybe you can come back tomorrow. I said, no, because if I come back tomorrow and y'all put it out, it's gonna be gone because it goes fast. He was like, yeah, it does. If we get it. And he said, we don't get it. And I don't think they ordered it. I said, they ordered it. Why would she tell me it was here? So that's me saying, well, let me call my manager. Hey, call the president. Call who you need to call. I don't care. Like, let's figure it out. So he calls his manager. His manager said, yes, I do remember her. And yes, I did order the fish for her. But it didn't come in. I'm like, it did. Tell him that Brenda said it was here. So he's like, okay, my manager is calling her. Because she was off. She was at home. His manager at home. I'm standing, y'all. I got so much audacity. I'm in the store making them call people at home for my fish. Run me my fish. So they call her at home. She tells them where it is. And he says, okay, while I'm waiting, let me help some other people. And I was like, well, no, give me 4 lobster tail while we're waiting. Because y'all know I love lobster now. So he gives my 4 lobster tails. The manager calls back. He goes to get my fish. He comes out. He has the biggest smile on his face, y'all. He's carrying a box. He like this. I found it. And I was like, okay. Like, I'm like, yeah. Okay, Brenda. Call her home. Like, she off work. Go find my fish. So then I said to him, so now I'm irritated all over again. So I said to him, where'd you find it? And he's like, hey, Jeannie. I said, where'd you find it? He was like, it was somewhere that I wouldn't have been able to ever find it. And I was like, oh. And then he said, and this is what got me irritated. He said, and every time I went back there, it's in a box that I can't even say it with a straight face. He said it was in a box that looked like all the other boxes, so I kept overlooking it. And I was like, huh? He's like, yeah, I never read the labels. What? What? Oh, hey, Zizzy. I said, what? He said, yeah, I wasn't reading the labels because it just looked like the other boxes. And I just assumed it was like, I forget what fish he said, tilapia or something. And I was like, now, if I got a crazy customer that has made me go to the back 4 times to find this fish, right, Barbara, who hired him? If I got a crazy customer that has begged me now to go look for this fish 4 times, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, not 4, 4. He went 4 times looking for this fish. On number 2, I'm scanning, right? At least scanning. And on number 3, I may be pulling every box down to personally inspect, smelling something. But come on, you ain't read the label, sir. And then when she told you where it was, then he gonna try to tell me, oh, it's in a place I would have never seen it. What did she? I said, well, she said she put it away for me, and she was gonna leave y'all a note. He said, no, it's just that I wasn't reading. I wasn't reading the labels. But I just thanked him, and I did thank him though, because other people would have given up. They wouldn't have gone the 2nd or the 3rd or the 4th time. He went 4 times, and he started calling people and everything. I walked out of there with my fish, y'all. That's called audacity, right? Mind blown. I walked out of there with my fish though. I was not coming back tomorrow. Y'all not gonna have it. I ordered that. Why do other people in this city get to eat the fish that I ordered and I don't get to eat it? No, I'm getting my fish. Oh, wait, let me tell you the kicker. Barbara, you ready for this one? Then he goes, well, ma'am, do you know how much it is a pound? I said, no, I don't. I don't know how much it is a pound. So he was like, huh. So he's looking and he was like, well, I just think it's $7.97 a pound. The manager was returned. He said, I think it's $7.97 a pound. And I was like, huh. And I'm thinking, that's high for perch. Free 99, right? I did say that to him because he's looking in the little thing. He's like reading the thing, trying to find perch, and they don't sell it, right? They don't really sell it, so it's hard for him to find. So I said, well, at this point, I don't really mind if it's free. He started laughing. He was like, right? Then he said, but I really am sorry about all I put you through. And I'm like, that's okay. So he was like, yeah, I really do think it's $7.99. So he rings it up. He rings up the total. I don't like the total. So I was like, I don't think it's $7.99, sir. I said, and that's more than tilapia. I don't think it's more than tilapia. It's tiny little perch is tiny. They're tiny little pieces. It's not $7.99. So he was like, okay, well, let me look again. So now he's looking again. He's looking again. He's looking again. And finally he says, oh, here it is. Y'all, it was $5.49 a pound. This man charged me $7.99. Had I not said anything, I'd have paid $7.99 for some $5.49 a pound fish. Can y'all believe? Like, this is what I went through today. This is why I said I can't type this in a Facebook post. I'm gonna do a video. Then I was like, I'm gonna go live, and I almost forgot to tell y'all the story. That man tried to charge me an arm and a leg for this perch that he didn't even want to find in the first place. He made that man find my fish, and then I came home. I was too tired to cook it. I was in the store arguing with him. But not really arguing, just very, y'all know, if y'all know me, y'all know I get very determined. I was like, it's back there. Really, my look was like, no holes barred. No, nope. It's back. I talked to her. She told me it was there. She read the box because she read it to me. It's back there. Finally, I left with my fish. And so when I finally came home, my daughter was like, you were gone a long time. I said, girl, the man tried not to find my fish. She said, oh no, you ordered that fish. She know I ordered that fish. The people in Houston not eating my fish, and I'm not eating my fish, right? If I could have, I would, if If it hadn't been previously frozen, like if it had been fresh, I would have ordered probably half that box and then just froze it, because y'all know I'm addicted to food. I buy food and I just freeze it and I keep it forever, right? Well, I don't. I usually throw it away after a few months. I'm like, I ain't eating that. Persistent, yes, girl. They wanted to take that fish. I ain't one of my fish. And then he gonna say, I remember you from last time when you were up here before. Yeah, you remember. So you know I've been looking for this fish forever, and then you gonna try to play with my feelings. The manager's probably like, please get that woman her fish, because I was like, because when I was talking to the other guy, and we could probably order, but that would be up to my manager. I said, well, where's your manager? The manager's standing right there. He never said it was him, right? I said, well, where's your manager? So the guy is looking because he don't want to give his manager away, because his manager hasn't given himself away. So I see him kind of look at the guy, but he don't think I saw him. I noticed everything. So I look at the guy and I said, are you the manager? And he said, oh, yeah, I could probably order you some. So he listening to the whole conversation. That whole seafood department, man, I got to go back up. I got to be nice because I know they can get my fish now. I'm going to be nice, but I got my eye on. I got my good eye. Lately, I don't know which one it is, but I'm watching. You got to be persistent. You got to be resilient. You got to stay in there. You got to hang in there with life. Every story is a lesson. They ain't want no problems. They don't mess with women's kid, money, or food. Yeah, and they know. I'm in there all the time. Plus, I had on my army shirt today, and I was like, So he's probably like, don't mess with her. Don't mess with her. He was like, ma'am, it's not here. It is. It's back there. I was 2 seconds shy of saying, can I come back there and look myself? But then it's the seafood department. I had on open toe shoes. I had on sand. I don't even want to know what happens back there. I just want you to give me my fish. I don't want to see nothing else. I don't want to see how y'all keep things. I don't want to go in your freezer and it's a mess, because I ain't gonna ever eat there again. So just run me my fish and let's not have any problems, right? Yes. They will try it. They will try it. And I'm so glad that I am who I am, because I didn't let them try me. You can't try me today. Run me my fish. I like that phrase. Run me my whatever. Run me my. That is so my personality. You would run me my stuff. So anyway, so that was the purpose of today. That's why I wanted to come on live today to talk about that. Talk about why I was in the hospital, why I was sick, what's going on, give y'all an update, let y'all know I'm better. I'm better. Today I'm breathing probably at about 97%, which is amazing. I'm excited. Yesterday was even touch and go. I came back, it was damn fireworks every 5 seconds. But my little city, I was driving down the street and it was foggy. It was so many fireworks out there, and the air was just so I couldn't breathe last night again, but today is amazing. Yes, Jeannie, every story is a lesson. Every story is a lesson. The key that we should always say to life when things happen is, what are you here to teach me? I don't need to be a victim. If I'm a victim in the story, I didn't learn anything, because I have to castrate myself to that position and level in order to be a victim, right? If I am a victim, that means I have to be here. I have to be in that little victim space. But if I'm looking for the lesson, that means I am a warrior, right? I am a victor, because I'm realizing this is teaching me something, and I want everything that you have to teach me. I'm taking notes. I got my okay, yep. And then I did that, and you're right, I did, and I shouldn't have done that, and so I won't do that next time. But most victims just want to be able to tell you the story. They want to hold on to the victimhood. Look at what they did to me, and then that. No, I don't have time for to look at what they did to me. I may say, girl, can you believe they did that? But let me tell you why they did it. This is why they did it, because I wasn't paying attention. I missed it. We got to learn that. We got to process that. So, war before wisdom. Okay, Barbara. Okay, girl. Okay. Let me put that. Let me show that little, so people can see it. Go on Amazon and check out my book, War Before Wisdom. Right. Be a warrior. You got to have war before wisdom. You ain't going to learn nothing in this life if you don't fight for it. If you allow life to roll you over, you learn nothing. But when life shows up with his boxing gloves on, I'm from the hood. What? Come on, what you got? Show me what you got, little mama. I do not own the rights to that song. Pretty lady, hey, show me what you got, shorty. Yeah, I may listen to rock and all that other stuff, but put on the rap song if you want to. You're gonna see where I'm from. Anyway, so that's it. You got to have war before wisdom, right? You got to be able to you got to be willing to fight. You got to be resilient in life, and you have to be willing to adapt to every situation, because trying to go to another level without adapting to the level that you're at and learning the things that you need to learn, you're not going to have what you need to sustain you. And remember, you grow low before you grow high. You grow deep, you grow roots first. And if you don't have any roots, find you some people who do. Lock arms with them. Find the ones that ain't gonna charge you $5.99 an hour. Like find the ones that are just gonna allow you to get what you need. Find your crew, your tribe. Find your people so that you don't ever have to sustain life on your own. And that's for me. That's for me, y'all. That's for me. That's for me. So glad y'all stopped by. Thank y'all for coming to visit. I'm gonna do this more again. I say it all the time, and then I fall off and start doing some other stuff. But in the words of Drake, they told me I fell off, but where I leave it at? I may have fell off, but did you tell me where I left it at? Are you helping me pick it back up? Are you helping me find it? Are you helping me sustain it? Because again, just because you are at a higher level, I don't have to worship you. You are at that level because you have the leverage. You're supposed to pull some people with you. So I'm looking at you for leverage. I'm not looking at you because I think you are just a superstar. I do. That's where I want your leverage. But I'm not about to worship you. I'm about to ask you, how do I get there too? How can you help pull me up to where you are? So that's what we need to be about. Be about it. But I will see y'all next time. Same bat channel. I won't say same time because this is probably going to be random again. But yeah, go get y'all some fish. Just not mine. All right. I'll talk to y'all next time. Bye. I love y'all.